all of us are trained in our discipline. In my case, I'm a chemist, and I learned a lot of things about how to make molecules and work in the lab, but I didn't get anywhere near as much training when it came to teaching as I would have liked. And so what we wanted to do is not provide some very philosophical essay on the finer points of education. We wanted to give new faculty practical tips that are collected from the best teachers in the state that they can use to instantly improve what they do when they walk into the classroom for the first time.
And I thought that this book was going to be different in that it was going to be the ideas from very talented people that I know, and I know they're very good teachers. And these are going to be things that other prospective teachers could pick up and use.
And so the best way we figured to do that was to pull together a lot of bits and pieces of those different things and allowed the people who contributed to piece those together in whatever way they wanted to. Then there was this process of figuring out how things fit together and what themes there were, and were there little tidbits that we could offer them as talking points. And so it was really just a way for us to give back to the UT system.
I guess the one thing I would tell you, if you want to know what makes a really good teacher, is that person is enthusiastic, excited about their discipline, excited about continuing to learn about it, and also really enjoys sharing it with students so that students get excited about it as well.
To think about what are some nuggets of insights into what makes teaching really effective and also exhilarating. It's such a privilege to be involved in teaching, to be able to actually change human beings, to transform the lives that they're going to live for the rest of their lives on the basis of the experience they have in our classes. And this group of people, what I would say is the commonality among them, is that all of them are effective in actually altering in a positive way the actual life experience of many students. And what could be more exhilarating than that?
A class's attitude is a direct reflection of how they perceive your attitude toward them. That oftentimes when things aren't going the way I would like in the classroom, I realize that I've probably brought something into the classroom that I didn't mean to, and I have to change the way I approach them, and they'll instantly respond in a positive way. And that's the one thing that I think new faculty can really use to their favor, and it's something that took me a while to figure out, but it's very powerful.
You work together to understand complicated and challenging problems, and in doing so, you build a connection and a trust between you and the student that has many benefits besides just the student's grade. And you see that when they come back. You see that in the trust in the classroom.
Depending on what discipline, what background you come from, a lot of teachers might have a lot of teaching mentoring up through graduate school. And some disciplines, they become a tenure track professor or a lecturer, and all of a sudden they're in front of a bunch of students in the classroom, and they may or may not have had a lot of teaching experience. So I think the best thing to do is be patient, to be experimental, to be innovative, to try things that some of your best professors did. Don't try the things that you know didn't work when you were a student. And to really be patient and keep trying and figure out what works best both for your personality, for the discipline that you're teaching in, and then I guess also as well for the students.
When you're interested in them as a person and interested in their learning, then that makes it very personal for them in a healthy way, in a professional way as a scholar and a teacher. You know, when we make it clear to them that our job is to help them learn and that we want them to learn. And frankly, I tell my students I want them all to make A's. I want them to earn them. But I want them to realize that we're in this project together.
There's a lot to be proud of in a place like the University of Texas. It's the kind of opportunities it gives us, the kind of opportunities it gives our students. And I'm very optimistic about the kind of future we have when in the hands of the kind of students we're teaching now.
It's what the students do that counts, not what the teacher does, what the students do that counts. And if I were to give one piece of advice to a teacher, the advice I always give is think about what the student is doing. Don't think about what you're doing, because that's what counts.